Hello tribe, welcome back to a cozy reading. So we're doing your weekly prediction. I'm going to pull from this oracle deck and I'm going to give you objects to choose from, okay? So that's pile number 1. I'm switching it up today as you can see it. That's pile number 2. I'm going to show you the objects from close up. And I will also put the light a little bit on so you can see better. I do love, since I'm doing this in the evening, I love this gloomy, relaxing type of vibe. I hope your week has been good. Everyone is having their best time. If they're not, they're allowing themselves to rest or whatever needs to be done. Okay. And pile number 4. So let me put the objects on top. I'm gonna remove this feather. What I want is this beautiful shell. Let me put the light on a little bit. Here we go. This shell is for pile number 1. I'm gonna remove my phone from the holder. I'm gonna show you everything all at once. Don't worry about that. For the second pile, we have citrine. For the fourth pile, we have a stone that I found, I think by the lake or sea. I cannot remember exactly. I don't know why it drew my attention. Just a simple stone, but that's something that I paid attention to, I looked at. And for pile number 4, we have this bluish. It's actually, in this light you can't see it, but it's kind of gray blue shell. Now let me take the phone out of the holder and I'm going to put the light on even more so now. And let's look. So for pile number 1, we have a shell. For pile number 2, we have a stone. Pile number 3, we have a stone. Pile number 4, we have another shell. So if you need some more time, stop the video right here and I'll catch you in timestamps. Hey pile number 1 people. I hope your week has been great. And everyone is doing well. All right. Let's see what we have for you here. I actually want to pull a couple of more cards before we look at this card of yours. I'm using the Dreams of Gaia Tarot now. Main energies for the next week, week and a half. What do we know? What do we need to know? What is going on? We have the 8 of Earth, which is the 8 of Pentacles. I like that for you. I really do. I love this card. And we have the, and I'm feeling this reversed, so I'm going to keep it reversed, but I'm going to put it upright. I'll read it reversed. 8 of Wands. Okay. Let's see what we have for you here, guys. Main energy. So we have release card. Trigger statement says, I have nothing left. True statement says, I nurture myself. Message says, dear one, it is time to settle. Create a sacred space where you can be. In that place of rest, healing will unfold. Maybe that's why I felt like this 8 of Wands supposed to be reversed, because it seems like the next week, week and a half, I like this energy, you know, a mixture of this and that. It seems like you will allow yourself to slow down a little bit, take care of yourself, but at the same time you're being productive. So it's this productivity for me seems like it's gonna be a very grounded one. So if you know how that feels like, and I truly love those days when I feel this way. It's almost like you're feeling in perfect balance because you're deciding to give yourself a bit more rest. You're not rushing, you're very grounded, and you're taking one step at a time. Productivity and consistency is the key here. And I think you have a really good balance the next week, or you would be advised to the next week and a half, to nurture yourself in the midst of business, okay? If you know that the next week you have a lot to do, this is saying that's something that you should pay attention to. But overall, this does feel quite peaceful for me. I like that. If you're waiting for a message from someone, or news of some sort, there might be a slight delay, but it seems like even that delay is there for a reason, okay? Okay, let's look what else we got here for you. Which deck do we want to use for you guys here today? I think I want vice versa. Let's use vice versa tarot. 3 cards. What is the most important thing for you the next week and a half? I want to say also, for some people, you are reclaiming your energy. So you might feel like your battery is much fuller the next week and a half than it was before. You have the World. What is the most important thing that we need to talk about here for pile number 1? You have the interesting reversed. I believe that's Queen of Wands. Nice, I love this. And you have Death. Death is upright. Bottom of the deck, you have the 4 of Cups. You know what this seems like to me? It seems like you're ready to move on. Now, I don't know what that means to you exactly, because so many people, so many stories, but someone is just about to move on from something. Intuitively, if you have no idea what this is, intuitively you might feel like something is coming, I don't know what. You're being prepared for a new phase in life. Okay, rebirthing. And it seems like you're gonna be feeling like you can conquer the world. And I believe this is gonna be towards the end of the next week and a half for you. It's like you're preparing for a big cycle to start again, but you excited, but that excitement might come as a bit of anxiety for you, and you might not be able to differentiate at first if that's excitement, if that's I'm excited about this new chapter, or this is my anxiety, because whatever you're going to be feeling about uneasy, it's almost like you're being prepared for the new. And since your body knows that this is going to be great start, renewal, a lot of released energy here that is already old for you, don't need that. You stepping into a much lighter phase than before. You might feel a little bit like, I don't know what's going on internally. So whenever you're going to catch yourself, just try and feel if that's something that I'm talking about, okay? Especially if you had some issues when it came to your, if you felt down lately, or the past month was a little bit difficult for you. It's saying we're bracing ourselves for the new chapter, which is going to be much easier for you. There's a lot of warm colors over here, if you can see. It's all about clarity and new passion to be found, but new passion for life, I want to say, okay? Let's take a look at your career and finances, and I want to swap decks. I want to use the Santa Muerte for that. All right, pile number 1. What do they need to know about their career and finances the next week, week and a half. I want one card as a main. Okay, Hierophant is showing itself here. A really good week to teach or to learn. Depends which position you're standing on, okay? Very good week to teach or to learn. Also a good week for contracts, making collaborations, but those collaborations are not going to be just, something you talk about. There might be some kind of contract included there, okay? Partnerships are important the next week, week and a half. You have Santa Muerte, you have death again here. Okay, you have the Ace of Swords. Yeah, it all makes sense what I talked about, right? Look, the sky is clearing up. So the next week, week and a half, you might have a lot of ideas, new inspirations when it comes to work. Look at the Santa Muerte card. She's pregnant, she's waiting for the baby to be born. You see that rebirth happening here? So it's almost like you've been preparing yourself for, again, a new chapter. If anyone is giving birth here, congratulations. And you're probably excited yourself, right? I don't even need to explain here what is going on. A new fresh start, new commitment, right? Of some sorts here as well. But for others of you, and that's your work, right? For others of you, it seems like you have spent time doing something or thinking about something, and the next week, week and a half, you might start noticing things moving forward for you. I'm seeing wheels of cars starting to spin, from 0 to really, really high speed. Strength is here. You're very self-confident the next week, week and a half when it comes to your ideas in your career, your work, okay? A lot of ideas to be found in that brain of yours. Just don't get lost, okay? Don't get lost in your own thoughts. Know when to ground yourself back. And you have the Three of Cups. Some kind of celebration is coming connected to your work. We have the Six of Pentacles as well. Equal give and take. Very good. But I'm paying attention to that clock here. I told you, it's like a moment is approaching. A moment is approaching. And that moment will be the next week for you. I want to say, just at the very last moment, if you're waiting for something or you're gonna hear about something in your work and career, if you at first feel like, oh, that's not good enough for me with this Four of Cups, it's saying just afterwards you might hear from someone or you might hear about something, find something out where it's gonna completely switch your mood. Unexpected message, unexpected, communication or news of some sorts. But I'm seeing this, contrast between I'm feeling like, oh my God, I'm excited, and then you're like, oh, but is this good enough for me? Or you are like, ah, damn it, for a minute there. But that was fake, I'm seeing it as a fake, it's weird to say, fake disappointment. It's almost like you're being tricked by your own self that something is not good enough, where in reality you're gonna be told like, this is great, and you're like, oh really? I really need to work on my expectations then, or what I expect from myself, and I really need to be a little bit more patient when it comes to an overall. I'm seeing like a finished product of what it is that you're trying to succeed at over here. Very interesting story here, pile number 1. A little bit twisted, I'm not gonna lie. A little bit twisted, but very interesting. Let's pull a card from the Ocean deck here for you. Work related, okay? Maybe for some of you just need advice for right now, so let's just pull a card for you. Let's see. Take note. Notepads, will be useful the next week we're going to have. Your answers are being given to you. Quieting external voices and excessive noise will give you the chance to hear what is being offered. Exactly what I said to you when I looked at, which card was that? This one. The Five of Cups, right? Don't get lost in your own thoughts. Take note. If you have too many ideas or you have too many thoughts when it comes to work, write it down. Or you can even, you know, record it as a voice message for yourself. Put it out there somewhere on paper, in your phone, you know, if you have like an app that is like a diary app, whatever. Doesn't matter. It says your answers are being given to you. Quieting external voices and excessive noise will give you the chance to hear what is being offered. So you see what I mean? It's almost like that situation I tried to explain. It's saying, don't see the next week we're going to have things a little bit worse than they actually are. And I think it's only due to your own expectations from yourself. It's saying, do not be so harsh on yourself the next week we're going to have. Those who have learned how not to do that anymore, or you catch yourself and you're like, okay, let's calm down a little bit. You're going to have a really, really balanced week. And I think for others of you, you're still learning how to do that. The next week will be perfect for you to learn how to do more of this. Let's take a look at your relationships, whether it be platonic or romantic. I don't remember the name of this deck. I apologize. It was gifted to me. I want one card as the main card. Oh, thank you. Jeez. I have to. I'm going to take both of them. So we have the Queen of Presents, which is Queen of Pentacles. And we have the Devil. Let's take a look at what that is. You have the Wheel of Fortune. Let's clarify that Devil over there. You have the King of Potions, which is the King of Cups. Okay, I see. We have the Fool. Okay, listen, I don't know who you're dealing with the next week we're gonna have, but it seems like you will want someone to take a chill pill here. Someone might be a little bit intense emotionally, okay, for you, or maybe too intense emotionally, maybe a bit too needy. This could be even your child, since we have the Queen of Presents here. Or it can be a person who has strong water placements, but doesn't really matter about that. The message here, it's saying someone might be a little bit foolish, or someone might be a little bit too intense for your liking. So you still know that this person has a really, really good heart, but maybe you're just gonna get triggered a bit. You're like, hey, take a chill pill. Okay. But this person is trying to, I think maybe they have codependency issues, or they're just gonna be very needy here. Maybe this could be you, if you know that you tend to do that, but for most of you, I'm seeing that this is someone else, okay? You have the Two of Potions, which is the Two of Cups. But you, both of you, when you both mix, you are perfect, you know, match almost, I want to say. Your souls are very close to one another. We have the Chariot. I want to say for a couple of you, someone might tell you, hey, let's go and do something spontaneous, or not as planned as maybe you would like it to be. And you're going to be like, are you silly, right? Are you silly? Really? But I do believe that whoever this is coming in with that spontaneity, you could try this out. Obviously, if you are comfortable with what is being offered here. Let's go and let's do this, or let's go and let's try that, right? Or let's step out of a comfort zone, both of us. Yeah, because for some of you, it seems like this person will somehow allow, this person might be making you feel a little bit anxious as well. But maybe because your energies are, maybe you mirror one another, you know, and you might want to slow down, and the other person, it might be a bit intense, and you're like, oh my God, the energies are a little bit high here, running high. Let me think about this. What do I want to do about that? Yeah, it's very unexpected. It's too fast for me. It's a lot. So you might be dealing with a situation with someone that it seems like it's a lot for you, or something is very unexpected and you're like, what do? I don't know what to do. The Empress is here. It's saying whatever you do the next week we're gonna have when it comes to this, make sure that you're honoring your own Empress or Emperor energy. Okay, if that vibes with your Empress or Emperor energy, go and explore that. If that makes you uncomfortable and you feel intuitively that you don't want to do that, you don't have to. Obviously, you have a free will, right? But someone's definitely coming in with this very light-hearted energy to offer you something, and maybe it's going to make you even closer together. Okay? So I hope this made sense, pile number one. Thank you for coming back. Love you as always. I'll catch you soon. Hey tribe, whoever has chosen pile number 2, let's take a look at what we have for you. But before that, I'm going to pull a couple of cards from the Dreams of Gaia deck. Let's see. What do we have? You have the Mother, lovingness. Okay, collectively, you know what we're seeing here, since we had similar energy. I kept looking at the belly in the other pile. The next week we're gonna have might be all about feminine energy, might be about mothering one another, right, and caring for one another, or maybe yourself, right, maybe yourself. Give me a moment here. By the way, thank you guys, whoever has joined my Patreon. I just saw someone joining again this weekend, especially. A lot of people decided to see me on the other side. So I'm pretty happy about that. All right, let's look. So you have the Mother, you have the Two of Wands, and in the middle you have Hope. It says, trigger statement says, I will not forget. True statement says, I open my heart. Release the suffering and take another step forward, sweet one. Which with each step you will see more light and healing. So forgiveness the next week we're gonna have might be a key to healing your own self as well. You know, a lot of times when people decide not to forgive, they tend to hold it as almost like a toxin in their body. Forgiveness doesn't mean it's forgetting about something. If you have no idea what I'm talking about here, the next week and a half, you might get, you know, flashbacks about things that might have happened to you in the past where you realize that, hey, I don't think I've fully forgiven that person. If someone you feel like should forgive you the next week and a half, you might expect forgiveness, not them coming with apology. And you might be the one who's like, listen, I actually want to get this over and done with. You know, it's good for both of us. Green color. I'm finding peace with myself. I want to mother myself. And in order for me to mother myself, I got to let this go. It's almost like it's keeping me away from my peace. So the next week really is good for releasing any type of grudges. Okay, and I think for some of you, that's what you're going to be contemplating on with the Two of Wands. What do I do, right? Or you might be going back to the memories and you're like, okay, why is this coming up? You're very analytical, but you're doing this, it seems like, because you want to be a bit more empowered. And you realize it doesn't even have to do with forgiveness. That something that is holding you back, it's connected to the past emotion of some sorts, and you're like, ooh, actually, it's really good for me to release it. I feel like it's time for me, right? Things like that, you have to feel when it's time, right? You have to feel ready for things like that. And I think the next week you will. Let's look. Let's take a look at your career, guys. Finances, career, stability, and I'm going to be using the Triple Goddess for you. What do pile number 2s need to know about their stability and career? The Hangman. Nine of Cups. Bear with me. Oh, I don't want to lock this whole thing down. Here we go. Oh my God, these cards are flying, hey? Temperance. Three of Wands. Ace of Pentacles. And the Knight of Cups. Bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Swords. Interesting, we have similarities here when it comes to one other pile. What's happening here, what I'm seeing, definitely the next week you can expect, I don't know why I'm hearing a promotion for some of you, a collaboration, a sponsorship, an offering that does have a potential to either make your wallet fuller, or it has long-lasting results of some sort, and it feels like it's coming from someone else. For some of you, you might be the one who's chasing after it, meaning sending CVs, for example. If you're looking for a job, if that's the case, you will come across a job that you will be in sync with, if I can put it that way. Especially if you felt at one point that you're like, oh, I don't know what's going on. It's almost like you've been preparing yourself for that moment. And at first, I'd say the first half of the week, you might feel a little bit like, okay, let me take a chill pill, or let me sleep on it. And I think around that time, when you're going to decide to quiet your mind or to observe your work or finances, that's when rewards start coming in. It's around the time when you feel the most balanced. And maybe universe, God, whatever you believe in, has been waiting for you to be a bit more in balance in order to suggest this new thing for you. Maybe because if they did suggest that or offer you or bring in your life something new and you were in this state, you would probably not be as ready, or you would be a bit distracted, and maybe you would miss an opportunity. Maybe you wouldn't listen to your intuition, right? There can be many things, but overall, this is great. I love it here. There is some kind of bonus, I want to say, coming in. I thank you if you work with clients, okay? Someone really wants to give you something. Give it back. This is either your job giving something back, your client, or God or universe, whatever you believe in. And I think for a couple of you, if you're deciding to leave your job just about the time when you're about to leave, I think you might be offered either increase of money or better position, okay? Let's take a look at your relationships the next week, week and a half. Piles 2. You have the Four of Cups. It seems like you're waiting for someone, or you're feeling nostalgic. It's like you're waiting for someone to bring something to you. Yeah. Maybe you miss someone the next week, week and a half. Queen of Pentacles. We have two fours, Four of Swords. We have 6, you see, nostalgia, 6 of Cups. Maybe you're thinking about younger days or the past with one particular person. I believe that for some of you, you might be waiting for them to reapproach you. And maybe you were asking tarot about that already, or you were doing readings for yourself, or someone else was doing that for you. Intuitively, you already feel what might be the outcome about this. Or either you were told what the outcome might be. And that Knight of Cups is here. It does feel like, I must say, since I'm checking on any type of relationship, bottom of a deck, Wheel of Fortune, it does feel quite warm, almost like this could be romantic for most of you, but it doesn't have to be. It seems like the time has come where someone might reappear in your life, or you might feel that the next week, week and a half. But you're sitting still, you're trying to ground yourself here, you're trying to focus on self, you're trying to work on self, you're trying to work with those emotions that might be coming up and those thoughts. But overall, deep down, you know that whatever is coming your way is going to be very heartfelt, very heartwarming, I want to say. So someone might say something to you the next week and a half, or someone might text you or reappear in your life, or you might become closer with someone, which is going to feel like old good times, I want to say. And this could be a new person, right? We don't have to look at old connections only with Six of Cups. This could be a new person, but feels like you've known them for a long time. And with the Wheel of Fortune, it seems like you're going to be pretty stoked about it. You're going to be really happy. If this person is already in your life, I do believe that this connection will progress. Communication might be improving with one another here, that's for sure. And someone might be changing, you know, as a person, someone has changed in this connection. So just observe one another and talk openly with one another. And also, I don't know why you need to talk about your accomplishments here. Share ideas about the future or what you have been successful at already. Do not shy away from this. I don't know why this is coming up. Share your wisdom and your knowledge, okay? And do not be afraid to try new things. Do not be afraid to try new things, okay? It's time to get up. I'm hearing it's time to step up. You can test the version of you that you want to implement or integrate more in yourself, a new version of you. So when it comes to connections the next week, it's saying try new things, okay? Try new things. Let's pull. I don't know why I want to swap things up for you here, guys. Let's pull a message from a couple of different decks for pile number 2. Okay. Next week and a half. We have let go, walk away from the situation in order to resolve it. I'm hearing, will I choose the old or will I choose the new? And we have Justice. Your career brings fairness and protection to others who need your help. There's either you in this career already, or you might have ideas about career that has a connection to helping others somehow. So next week, this might be important, maybe to explore. And I want 2 cards. We have rediscover your zeal. Pay attention to the passion you are feeling for discovery, learning, exploration, spirituality, travel, your work, or your relationship. Passion and desire go together, especially as inspiration. Have you noticed how many numbers 4 we have? We have Mother, which comes up to number 4 over here. We had numbers 4 from both sides. We have 40 and we have 44, okay? It says magical blessings and miracles are occurring in your life. All your prayers are answered now. Why I wanted to say allow, maybe some of you tend to sabotage that, right? Sabotage the blessings. Maybe I'm not good enough, or maybe I have this resistance. Yes, I deserve this, but do I believe it? Do I feel it in my core? That's something to be paid attention to too. But overall, I'd say pile number 2 as a sum up, it's saying, what will I choose? The new or the old? And those scales, I'm seeing those scales, okay? So I hope this made sense. Tribe, thank you for being here. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now. Hey, pile number 3 people, so let's see what we have for you. You might be drawn to lakes, you might be drawn to greenery, nature, especially by the water. We know the water that I'm seeing, it's not like, it's not crystal clear, it's mysterious. Somehow there's a lot of wisdom to be gained in a place where the water is a little bit murky. Now, I don't know for who this message is, but I'm feeling it. I love the vibe and the feeling I'm getting with this message. Now, let's pull from this deck, Game of Thrones. I want 2 cards from both sides. Main energy for the next week, week and a half. We have the Knight of Spears. Seems like you're very action-oriented. Tasks might be easier to complete the next week, week and a half. We have King of Swords. Yeah, you're very focused, you're very centered. Bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Spears. This is not, you know, we keep getting Eight of Wands. I believe in all three piles up to now. So it's all about communication the next week, week and a half, and also unexpected messages or something that might come out of a blue. I like that. Let's look at your oracle card. It says, trigger statement, people cannot be trusted. True statement, I trust my heart. Your big beautiful heart is ready to open. Trust that you will be able to discern who is best to walk with you. And I believe you will. I would say, you know, with the King of Swords here for some of you, the next week would be great to check in your heart and ask yourself, have I closed it off throughout time due to my past experiences? Do I allow people to come in, walk in my life with open arms? Or do I have a wall up? Do I want to have that wall up? Is it protecting me? Or is it keeping me safe? Or is it actually keeping people away? Especially if you're open to new connections in life, okay? Someone might trigger you where you might feel like, and not on purpose. I'd say pay attention to what triggers you next week, especially when it comes to heart space and comfort and security, because those will be the things for you to be looked at. And if you want to, obviously, improve. You strongly in your masculine energy the next week, week and a half, pile number 3s. Okay, let's take a look at your career, your finances, your work. What do we need to know here? You're very intellectual, very smart, very action-oriented the next week. Oh. You have the Tower, you have the Sun, you have the 5 of Coins. What an interesting scenario already, isn't it? What an interesting scenario. For some of you, sunflower, dragon, or a dog might have a meaning. If that's yours, you'll know. So we have Knight of Coins, 6 of Spears at the bottom. Let's clarify those 5 of Coins. 8 of Cups. Ooh. What is going on? Decisions. Lovers is here. After Lovers, we have 2 of Cups. Decisions. Should I stay? Should I go? It seems like next week, if you're working with someone or someone is quite close to your heart, would it be a client, if you are your own boss, would it be a colleague, would it be a friend at work that you consider your family almost? It seems like you are in the midst of, what do I do? I kind of know. I'm going to lift the deck up. I want to clarify Tower. Queen of Swords. It seems like you're creating that Tower moment for yourself here. You know that it's needed and you want to shake things up when it comes to your work. Shaking things up could simply mean changing things around, having a different strategy, trying new things. But even if you're doing that, you're very calculated, because Queen of Swords, she's very clever. So you might decide to close the door on something or someone, but you're being very calculated of how you're doing this. You're like, listen, I gotta be smart about this. I know that I can be much more successful and happy days are on the horizon, but I need to do something prior to this, prior to seeing that. And it's interesting how we have very mixed energy here. We have a Tower and the Sun. It seems like you might realize the next week what's not working for you, what's been maybe keeping you safe, I want to say. And by that thing or person who was keeping you safe, was it working for you, or was it kind of holding you back in a way? And I'd say for some of you, advice for next week, it's saying, make sure if you're making, drastic changes, you have calculated your moves, your finances. And for some of you might have an urge to spend money on something. It's saying think twice if you really need that. But this is for a couple of you only. Overall, it's showing here that you're coming out on top. Whatever shakeup this is, even if it might feel like you're on your own, or you are different from the group or colleagues or from other people who do a similar job like you, it's somehow being different serves you really, really well. That could be an advice for some of you here for the next week, week and a half, okay? Let's clarify the Eight of Cups. I want to say for some of you, you're turning your back to lack. You're turning your back to lack. Lack no more. We have this. Yeah, you're moving to much better direction. Six of Swords is here. You're moving on from something here. And you have the Ace of Swords. You have much better idea, much clearer mind. You're like, yep, that's exactly what I want to do. Yep, that's the next move for me. Yep, that's how I improve. Yep, I'm a magician. See? You hold all cards in a deck the next week, week and a half. It's saying, know how to play them right, and you are coming out on top. Sweet. And then, bottom of the deck, then there will be time for celebration. All right. Let's look at your relationship. Would be platonic or romantic, doesn't matter. Whatever needs to come through will come through. Okay, that card wants to come out. You have Ten of Cups. Sweet, I like that for you. Yes. When I saw this card, I'm hearing so many more souls to be found on your path, but they will come naturally to you. Soul tribe members, okay? Page of Coins, still to be discovered. Next week, you might meet one of them or become closer to one of them. You might realize that one of them, the Ace of Cups, is the person who holds a lot of similarities to you. You have a pure heart, look. I think for some of you, you're opening your heart much more than ever before. And next week, somehow someone might do that to you, right? Where you're like, damn, this person is able to touch my heart. I'm hearing I actually want to try. And when I said try, I pulled the Eight of Coins. I actually want to work on this. So we have the King of Coins following the Eight of Coins. I want to say in Three of Coins, someone might be offering you stability, Ace of Spears at the bottom, or offering you something like a piece of heart, a piece of their energy, or whatever that would be, or collaboration. For some of you, this is work related. At first, you might think about it and be like, I don't know. Let me investigate more. Let me learn about this more. But afterwards, it seems like you might decide to do that, to work with this person somehow in order to improve maybe an existing relationship, or for some of you to try a new connection of some sort, right? Would it be platonic or romantic? Yeah, it's like you're opening your heart to someone here. And by opening your heart, okay, this is like that, balance of universe. Somehow when you in the perfect balance between protecting and having your heart open, right? Because you won't want to have your heart open to anyone who crosses your path, right? That wouldn't be a really good balance, and you would probably find yourself in situations where you lack boundaries. But here, what I'm seeing, since you really needed to open it up a little bit more, what's happening here, you might even see a difference when you do that in your progress, work especially. So you see your heart and your finances, the masculine and the feminine, will be in a really good balance here. Someone wants to care for you the next week and a half for sure. Someone wants to help you when it comes to work or when it comes to your projects of some sorts. Someone might even offer you money or something that is quite useful for you at that time. Yeah, because someone sees how heavy you have it or how heavy you carry it, or maybe you do it on your own, and you will be offered support. Okay, you will be offered support. Intuitively, you already know who this person is with a High Priestess. Okay. Okay, let's take a look at your relationships with dead. Oh my God, look at me. Look at me. I want to pull a card, but from which deck I want to do this for you guys, please. Animal Tarot. Let me get them because they're right underneath a couple of decks. Animal Tarot. So some of those messages might make sense to you now. Some of them will make more sense to you in the next week and a half. What does pile number 3 need to know? What does pile number 3 need to know? You have a Chariot. You're very determined. I'm going to read these messages for you. You have the Queen of Spring. Yeah, for sure. Independence. Charm. Forgiveness for some of you, I'm hearing, and 10 of Autumn. So Chariot says, you can successfully balance various or opposing energies at once through determination and focus. You've earned the rewards and recognition you are receiving. Great. Queen of Spring says, don't underestimate your ability to manifest your dreams. You may have several priorities vying for your attention at once, but you can do it. 10 of Autumn says, contentment comes from knowing that your finances are secure and your family's material needs are taken care of. It's important to honor traditions and have pride in your heritage and the accomplishments of your ancestors. So I hope this made sense, pile number 3. Tribe, thank you for coming back, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now. Hey Tribe, pile number 4, whoever has chosen the last one, let's take a look at your main energies the next week and a half. Whenever you're watching this video. Alright, that card wants to come out, so we're just gonna take it. And I'm using Santa Muerte deck. Okay. We have the Fool as well as the Moon. Oh, this is so interesting already for me. Interesting. Bottom of the deck we have a Star, 3 major arcana cards. When I looked at the Star, I heard you are in your own element the next week and a half. You are in your own element. Ignite card says, trigger statement, where do I go from here? True statement says, I allow life to flow through me. Inspiration has arrived and will work through you as you move forward. Yes. Blue color, violet color, as well as turquoise color might be important for you the next week and a half. Let's look at the Moon card over here. It seems like some of you might be doing something to do with shadow or your subconscious here. You want to dive deeper. You want to know more. I'm hearing mysticism. I'm hearing let me get to the bottom of secrets of something that I'm not aware about. I want to know more. And the Fool is telling you that you will be brave enough to dig deeper the next week and a half. And some of you, I'm hearing you wearing your heart on your sleeve, which is really nice. You're very empowered the next week and a half. Look at the Star card. You're very empowered. Your crown chakra is very open the next week and a half. You might get maybe flashes. You might be a little bit more sensitive. You might channel really well the next week and a half. It's almost like you are recharged. And you're ready to step forward. This is actually beautiful energy, pile 4. I love that for you. Let's take a look at your work, finances, career, stability. Let me move that way a bit. Here we go. Okay. Hermit. Judgment. Look, more major arcanas. You see what's going on here? Intense. Oof. It's like you getting to know yourself. World. You see? I want to say for some of you, when it comes to your work, you're soon starting to see what kind of impact you are making on the world. Especially if you are in the field where you're somehow helping people quite closely, okay? You'll want to get to know yourself more when it comes to your work and your finances the next week. I don't know what that means for all of you, but you are waiting for more information. You're digging a little bit deeper, and you want to have even stronger abilities, talents. Maybe you're going to be working on those. International, I'm hearing communication for some of you. And celebration of some sort is possible too. You have the devil here. Let's clarify. Let's see what that's about. You don't want to be a puppet. What does that mean? Justice. Clarify. All majors so far. Okay, let's just talk about that. Next week will be super, super important for a lot of you when it comes to your work, but overall, we have overall energy that is saying, hey, the next week is big. Flow with it. Be open and listen to what all signs and your higher self and your intuition has to say. And if you'll do that, you're going to find yourself in a very graceful, very powerful place. So devil is clarified by justice over here. Right? It seems like some kind of ties are being cut off. Ties with something that isn't good anymore, and it wasn't good to start with. Again, remember, we're talking about work situation. It could be with someone, or it could be with an actual institution or an actual place where you're at now. Or somehow this is tying into your work. We have 9 of Cups. Happy times, hey? Pile 4. Happy times. Oof. And you have King of Pentacles. You, look at you. You're really happy about how everything is going to pan out to be in your work. A wish is coming true. When I'm seeing this chest, the King of Pentacles, that chest is full of abundance. Now, this could be finances. This could be money, monetary gain, or this could be emotional, meaning you're happy, you're full, your heart is full, you're feeling really good, especially when you're cutting something off here that is not needed anymore. So maybe, you know, this devil in work situation could be represented, clarified by justice, contracts that were not good, right? Some kind of contract that wasn't good. Or something that was somehow manipulated, and it shouldn't be manipulated from the start. Clarify the world. I feel like there's more to it. Clarify the world, please. The Empress, all major arcanas, apart from these two. The world can see you, and the world can see what you're capable of the next week. We're going to use that time. You're going to be on peak of your power. Your knowledge, your wisdom is going to be appreciated. So whatever you want to do with it, whatever you want to achieve, it's saying use that. You are very charming as well the next week, okay? It's almost like you can get whatever you want. It's funny because that's exactly how I'm feeling here. You can get whatever you want. Let's play the deck. Let's see what else. The Tower is here. Let's clarify the Tower. That one. Page of Swords. I want to say for some of you, the Tower and the Page of Swords, you might decide to write or send a message to someone that somehow is very impactful. And it's gonna be a bit of a shake-up for someone out there. Maybe this is intentional. I'm not sure. Let's take a look at your relationships. Would it be romantic? Would it be platonic? Five of Swords. Too many, too many, too many. Death. End of argument I'm hearing, or end of argument in your own head. End of dissociation. I don't know why I'm hearing this. Four of Pentacles is here. Queen of Swords. Six of Swords. Page of Swords, bottom of the deck, Temperance. I like that for you. And then followed by the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. It seems like family will be important the next week, week and a half. Family connections. Okay. Whoever you lived with as well doesn't have to be family related. But overall, I'm hearing, I don't know why I'm hearing this, us against the world. It seems like you have a very strong connection with someone, and something will happen the next week where it will, how should I express this not to be too specific, since a lot of you are watching this reading? Something might happen where you'll realize that you are much stronger together than you ever thought. And whatever the situation, it will require both of the skills that you have separately. When you put those two skills to work in order to achieve what you want to, you're coming out on top. I'm also seeing someone might be trying to hide from someone else. I'm seeing two people. I don't know why, but there is a feeling that it's almost like they have to hide information, or they're on their own. It's almost like they're different. Maybe they are not being appreciated as a couple or as a friendship or as something, I don't know, but they are together. And when they are together, they are really powerful. I'm also seeing someone moving away, or moving to a different place, or moving away emotionally and then sending a message to someone else saying, that's what I have to say. Family matters are important. The next week we're going to have it saying, remind yourself or ask yourself, have I spent enough time with this or that family member? When was the last time we spoke? When was the last time I visited them? You might be drawn to being closer to family. Someone might be also helping you when it comes to finances, or you might be able to get something that you need to borrow from someone. I'm hearing, I can lend you this. Let me lend you this. So if you'll need some kind of help, it's saying just reach out the next week. It's going to be accessible for you for sure. Okay? Let's pull a couple of messages from the Animal Tarot deck for you all. Pile number 4, what do you need to know? That one. The World. Two of Summer, which is Two of Cups, lovely. I'm hearing, I got you, I got you. And Six of Spring, lovely. Awesome energy. World says, congratulations on successfully accomplishing what you set out to do. You've made it through the challenges and incorporated the lessons life offered you with grace and courage. Two of Summer says, you are falling in love or experiencing a deepening of emotion in your current relationship. Marriages or romantic partnerships in distress can still be saved. Don't give up. Six of Spring is telling you, you may receive a promotion, be chosen for a scholarship, or find that you are singled out for special recognition. You've done an amazing job and you deserve all the attention. Told you, your special powers, talents, knowledge, experience, abilities, okay? I hope this made sense. Pile number 4. Tribe, thank you for being here. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.